Hey guys, today I am here with 6 quick tips on how to keep your house tidy and clean. If you guys know, I love to have a clean house, but I feel like there's 2 types of people. There are the people who like to be tidy, clean, and then don't necessarily care about like cleanliness, like vacuuming and having their floors clean and countertops clean, and you like more organizational things. And then there's the people who don't care about clutter and stuff everywhere, but they want things to actually be clean. I am definitely a tidier, so I can go days without vacuuming my floor, which is disgusting because we have a dog, and I really don't care as long as the rest of the house looks put together and tidied up and organized. So there's a little confession for you guys there. But I have 6 different tips on how to always have your house at least look put together or look clean. That way, if someone's coming to your house unexpectedly, all of these things are already done and you probably just have like 5 more minutes of maybe tidying up a few more things or cleaning the toilet really quick or things like that. Here are my 6 tips. The first tip that I have is to always make your bed. So I know that some people are like, no, I don't need to make my bed. I'm gonna get back into it at nighttime. Nobody goes in my room. Everything's okay. For me, if my bed is made, then I feel like the rest of my room at least looks decent. And when I say make my bed, you guys are gonna laugh at me. I don't tuck sheets. I don't fluff pillows. I don't do anything crazy like that. All I do is straighten out the blanket on the top, and then I put the pillows back where they were, because sometimes they get like pushed down to the bottom or moved around, especially if Chris is in the bed after I get out of the bed. He likes to gather all the pillows. So all I do is straighten up the pillows and put the blanket back on. If I do know people are gonna be coming into my room at any point, then maybe I'll straighten up the bed a little bit more. But as long as there is like a surface on the bed, so I can like put clothes if I need to fold clothes, or you know, put a child on the bed and it's just not like a big bunch of blankets all in a ball, then the room looks 10 times better, I promise. So that takes literally 10 seconds to do. The second tip I have is to always put your clothes in the hamper. This was a really hard concept for my husband when we first got married, and honestly it still is. I used to let this bother me really bad because I'm like, there is a hamper right in the corner of the room. How are you putting your clothes on the floor still? Like, it just bothered me really bad, and I would always fuss at him for putting his clothes on top of a chair or on the bed, and the hamper was literally like 2 feet away. But now I know that this is just not who he is, and he just is used to doing that, and it's no big deal anymore. So what I do is I make it a habit to, anytime there's something on the floor, just to throw it in the hamper. For me, it's really easy for me to put the clothes in the hamper just because I've always done that. But for the kids, if the kids are getting dressed, or Chris, I just always make sure the clothes are in the hamper. That way you're not having clothes spread out everywhere, and if someone's coming over, you're having to pick everything up. My third tip is, only if you have like a 2-story house, is to always make sure there's a spot on the stairs, on the very top and on the very bottom. On the very bottom is gonna be a spot where you put everything that needs to go upstairs. This will make it so you don't have to go up and down the stairs a million times. I actually have a stair basket, which is like shaped as the stair, and it goes on the stairs and it has like a top to it. But you can either have your own basket, you can have a stair basket, or nothing, and just make sure like the second stair is always the spot where you put things. There are a ton of things my kids bring downstairs, toys, blankets, and so if I find them downstairs when I'm picking up, I just put them on the stairs. That way, like I said, I'm not going up and down the stairs a million times a day. And then same for the top of the stairs. We have a little play kitchen right next to the stairs at the top, and I always just stack things up there that need to be taken down. The next time we go downstairs, we just take the stuff then. My fourth tip is to always have the dishes done at the end of the night. I have always done this. I do not like having dishes in the sink ever, but with 3 kids and busy days, sometimes I can't do the dishes every single time we have a meal. I used to do dishes every single time after breakfast, after lunch, and after dinner, but now my goal is just to make sure all of the dishes are done when we go to bed. For me, I just want to make sure that there are no dishes in the sink. I don't have to always turn the dishwasher on, or if the dishwasher is clean, I don't always have to empty it out that night. But I don't want any dishes in the sink at nighttime. So that is always my goal. That way you're waking up the next morning with a fresh new start. You're not daunted by another task like, oh my gosh, I didn't do the dishes last night. They're piling up. Now I need to do them, but we need to get out the door because we're going somewhere. I'm telling you, just make sure your dishes are done. That kind of goes with tip number 5, which is have countertops, surface areas clean, especially the kitchen. In our house, our kitchen is like the one-stop shop, I guess you can call it. Everyone does everything in the kitchen. We're always in the kitchen. My planner's in the kitchen. Mail piles up in the kitchen. There's stuff everywhere, always in the kitchen. So I always make sure that all of the countertops are clean, they're wiped down, things are put where they need to go, mail is gone through and thrown away or put where it needs to go. Countertops in bedrooms and in the living room, things like that. Little tables in the back. Everything is emptied off and clean. That makes it look clean. If you are somebody who has a lot of clutter and hasn't quite yet organized those things, maybe you can do that first and then you making sure countertops are clean. By the way, all of our countertops have things on them, but things that are not supposed to be there are cleaned off. I'm not saying have like a blank slate or anything like that, but just make sure that things are put away. And that takes me to my last tip, tip number 6, is have a place for everything. I know I've talked about this before, but I'm a big advocate for this. If you have a spot for every single item in your home, then you can easily clean in less than 10 minutes, I promise you. When my house gets cluttered and messy, especially like after kids' birthdays, when we're getting presents or after we've gone shopping, it's because I don't have a space for something, and so it just gets collected somewhere else. So it gets collected on the dining room table or in the kitchen, like I said. If we just went to the store and we bought a whole bunch of clothes and I don't have enough hangers, the clothes get put on the floor or on the bed. So if there is a place for everything, that includes picture frames, all the kids' toys, shoes, needs a space. That way, if the random toy is on the floor, you know exactly where to put it back, or the kids know exactly where to put it back. Or if there is mail that you need to go through later, instead of having it stack up somewhere else, you have a little bin for it, or you put it in a special place in the closet. But this last tip really does make it 10 times easier to clean up quicker, because like I said, if you have a place for everything, you know where it goes. You're not having to sit here and think like, where should I put this? I don't want it to be here. It's in the way here. I don't have anywhere for it to go. So anytime you buy something new, or the kids have a birthday and there's a whole bunch of toys, either get rid of some toys and replace the new ones, or always find a place for them, where they can be put back. And the kids can learn where those things go. So those are my 6 tips. If you keep doing those 6 things daily, then I promise you it'll be so much easier to clean. Because for me, that's all tidy things. All those tips are like tidy things. So then if someone calls and they're like, hey, I'm coming over, I'm bringing you something, or we're coming over for the evening, we're gonna have happy hour, then all I have to do is vacuum really quick, or mop my floors really quick, or clean the toilet really quick. All of those things can be done super fast, and my house still looks tidy. So I hope these tips help you. If you aren't doing any of these tips, then maybe start doing one, and I promise you, after about 3 or 4 days, these things will become habits, and they're good habits to have if you want to have a clean home. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!